There's a light in the night, and it won't go out. Now I found you. There's a heat so close that I never feel cold. Now I found you. I was alone, out in the dark. Then I saw hollow squares all around. Oh, now the calms call my name every night. Now I found you in the depths, gazing brightly at the neutron star. We share the field, scooping jet cones, leaping to the edges of the night. Oh, I was alone, out in the dark. And I saw hollow squares all around. Oh, I was alone, out in the dark. Heaven was all around. Oh, let's jump together. Let's jump together. Let's jump together. Let's jump together. Together. Oh, see the drives blink. Oh, everyone's a soul on a new path, on a brave line. Feel the engines roll. Let's engage it all. Feel the new ride as we all intertwine. Let's jump together. 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 Let's jump together.
Core Dynamics Tango Oscar Charlie Heavy commencing automated flight control routine. Please observe docking protocols.
You've waited long at the engineer's base ride. No one's here, only landing bay number lights. I appear, fresh meat for the night sharks. We could be friends, so should I drop my guard right? On my shields, I hear you laugh out loud on a stream. Hey boys, another one's coming. Purple lasers fill my canopy. There's a frag gun eating right through me. Should've run before we buy. Purple lasers fill my canopy. There's a frag gun eating right through me. Could've run before we buy. It seems so dull. The bubble fells are empty. Got my meds, been grinding. take my chance, embrace it all tonight. Purple lasers fill my canopy. There's a frag gun eating right through me. Should've run before we bite. Purple lasers fill my canopy. There's a frag gun eating right through me. Should've run before we bite. Can I highway before my hole gets rushed? Can I just hide before I eat the dust? Can I just stick to another night? Or an hour of tomorrow when the bugs won't bite? 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 Can I wake before my heart gets crushed? Can I just turn before I eat the dust? Can I escape to live another night? Will I be hyper-addicted on my way out there tonight? This game is eating me. I live for it night and day. This game is all for me. I dream it in every way. Purple lasers fill my canopy. There's a frag gun eating right through me. Should've run before we bite. Purple lasers fill my canopy. There's a frag
Suspect limpet engaged.
Got my limpets, don't forget your limpets. Gonna scoop up a rock or two. I got a blaster, don't forget your blaster. Dig 'em out when you blow it true. Searching all the skies for an overlap. A carrier will soon be mine. Keeping miles peeled full of empty squares. Pirates are about all the time. If you play in open, look out, this mother load is gonna blow. Get back, stay back, all these voidables are mine, you know. I got a cobra, wanna get a cutter, but this rank, you know. I get the credits, head out to a gallon. Right to the top of the class I go. Searching all the strings for an overlap. Looking for an orangey glow. When this tub is full, I'll head out of here. Somewhere where the pirates don't know. 'Cause they check in the road. Look out, mother load is gonna blow. Get back, stay back. These voidables are mine, you know. Hearing numbers wave lying in my lung. Dreaming of a yellowy glow. Talking to my friends, all I see is rocks. Spinning in my mind they go. It'll send you crazy. Look out, this mother load is gonna blow. Get back, stay back, these voidables are mine, you know. Look out, mother load is gonna blow. Get back, stay back, these voidables are mine, you know. Hauling steel most every night. I can't find those composites, it's driving me so wild. Hauling steel with all my might. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. Now there's a station to my left, there's a racing track below me. Now without a turn to going round and round. Yeah, there's a burning in my eyes. Maybe I should sleep, but I just need one more run, just one more run tonight. One more run tonight. Hauling steel, it feels so light. Give me your composites or you will surely die. Hauling steel right through the night. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. All I wanna do is pick up a load, press SCO, take it home, and do it all again. That's all. Fill my hole one last time. Hauling steel most every night. I can't find those composites, it's driving me so wild. Hauling steel with all my might. Just tell my Mexican I lost my way while I was trailblazing. Now there's a station to my left, there's a racing track below me. Now without a turn to going round and round. Yeah, there's a burning in my eyes. Maybe I should sleep, but I just need one more run, just one more run tonight. One more run tonight. Boom, boom, boom.
Hello and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
and the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous,
and the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from the Orange Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads. A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 524 of Lave Radio, the show that likes to talk about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix Defire, Chief Archivist of Lave Station, otherwise known as Colin Ford, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have our SRV Banksy, the legendary Commander Alec Turner.
Hauling steel, I'm hauling steel. Evening all.
Oh, just because you got a name check, that's... we have our head of health and safety, Commander Ed Levice, otherwise known as Ben Moss Woodward.
You mother trucker, Alec.
Yes, and we also have our staff liaison officer, Commander Psychit, otherwise known as Claire.
Hi, I'm also here. Trucking pun.
We like trucking. We like trucking. We like trucking because we like to truck. Yes.
Hey,
there we go.
Hey, gang, have we figured out what we're going to talk about in today's show yet?
If you wish, you can join us live. We are hanging out in-game. We got the Chris Mark IV will be hanging around in the Lave Station bar, not trucking.
For now.
For now, yes. I mean, I had to get a couple of trucks in just before we started, so yeah. So if you can get in game, you can also join the Twitch chat channel, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, and on the twitch.tv/laveradio, or even look for Lave Radio on YouTube, because we're there as well. So let us go around the crew, see how they've been for the last week. We'll start with Claire.
Hi. What have I been doing this week that hasn't been anything to do with Elite? I don't know. I've played so much of this game. We've been I went to. I'll start again. On March 1st, I went to the Bristol Video Games Expo. Which was a very nice event. It was in a leisure centre. I was reminded for a reason why I don't go to what would be classed as like cons very often, because of the scent of other humans. But it was lovely. I had a lovely conversation with a chap who's been working on who's created a video game called The Adventures of a Cat in Space. Which is aimed at kids, but it's a point and click adventure video game about a cat in space with but it's a musical video game, so there are songs in it, and the whole thing is sung and performed by Arthur Darvill. And I can't think of a game that's been more like, hey Claire, what do you like? I like Cats, Space Point and Click Adventures, and Doctor Who and musicals. It's literally my game. So I got chatting to him, and it was a really lovely chat. So I'm gonna be taking a look at that on Friday if I can pull myself away from Elite just for a moment for a bit of a palate cleanser. What else have I been doing? I've been taking a lot of equipment or lots of different commodities from one place in the galaxy to another place in the galaxy, like a lot of like the Elite Dangerous community maybe have been this week. I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth, but I think a lot of us will be saying that we've done that this week. We had like spring feels like it might have sprung. So I got out of the house on Saturday and Sunday. Like the Saturday was a bit tricky and my legs hurt on the Sunday, and my legs and my back hurt, so I didn't walk as much as I wanted. We got like halfway and I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and drink this coffee when you take the pup the rest of the way, and we came and then we came home. But I managed to get out both days over the weekend, which is very much unheard of, and it was a lot, but it felt really good to have been able to do that. But the rest of it, I've been playing Elite Dangerous and Baldur's Gate. Those are the two things that I've been doing, and it's been bloody wonderful.
Lovely.
Probably more on that later.
more later. Right. Okay, Ben, what have you been up to?
Funnily enough, I've also been trucking. Yesterday I shipped around about 5,000 tons of tin and some water and some corrodium and things on a lovely Hull C, which we then had to offset because it's too big to go anywhere, and we shoved that into our D2s and we deposited that and we made a shitload of money. But that was all in a different universe.
Oh.
I was going to say, that was making no sense to me.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Funnily enough, other universes are also doing trucking at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. This universe, however, the elevators don't kill you.
This universe, the elevators do not kill you. My wife nearly killed me in that universe, but that's another story. I also went to see Dogman, and I wasn't, I know it's a kid's thing, but I wasn't that impressed with it. So I know a lot of people have been, and I've been watching some Legion, and I've been playing Horizon Forbidden West, and I have to admit, I'm really loving that game. Actually, I'm really, really, really enjoying Forbidden West and liking the stories and things that they've done with Aloy.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, Alec.
Yeah. In real life, I've mostly had a week I would rather not talk about, so I won't.
Okay.
I finally got to see Civil War, which has been on my watch list for a while. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic bit of filmmaking. I just loved the cinematography, and I thought Kirsten Dunst was amazing. And I just really, really loved it. It's quite grim in places. It's a bit more sort of bloody than I expected. Don't know why I didn't expect it not to be bloody given its title, but there you go. But yeah, good film. And as Claire said, spring does feel like it's here. I'm enjoying the lovely weather. The combination of the blue skies and how fucking fabulous Elite is at the moment is just put such a spring in my step. I've been practically dancing to work. I made pancakes tonight because is it Pancake Day? I don't know.
It is.
House.
Shit.
There you go.
It is.
No pancakes.
And also, by an extraordinary coincidence, I too have been trucking. I don't know what's going on. I've got lots to talk about my trucking, but I will save that for later, I think.
Excellent. Well, I guess that just leaves me. I was fully intending to play a lot of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth this week, but instead I went trucking. And I mean...
Hey, we got a hat trick.
Yeah, a lot of trucking. And yes, that has just been my go-to for the moment. I've ignored Power Play. I've
I was about
ignored
to ask. I was about to ask if you'd done Power Play. I thought out of all of us, you'd be the one.
Power what?
Power, yeah.
Remember when we did multiple shows about Power Play and now no one gives a fuck?
I remember it.
Oh, as we'll find out later, people still obviously do, but not this week. I want my my refinery outpost built, and I am damned if I'm going to do it. But yes, that's been me. I did discover, however, that one of my favourite games from the 90s is actually available on GOG, even though it only came out on the Amiga. It turns out it was ported to DOS, so Interface, which is a fantastic cyberpunk simulator from the 90s. I am getting into that in a big way, which I really shouldn't, because I'm missing out on valuable trucking time. I've got to be so careful now, haven't we?
Yeah, no, we don't. We definitely don't. PG streamers, maybe. We're good.
So yes, that has been me, and I managed to fix the bike. So I'm trucking, I'm cycling, I'm yeah.
All in steel.
All in steel.
Yes, and it took us so. Yeah, we'll talk about him later. But that is in the head. That is in the head. So I guess we should talk about some development news.
Been really quiet, hasn't it? We haven't really got anything to talk about. We should skip this bit.
If you say so. No. Well, obviously, last Wednesday, the day after Lave Radio, Trailblazers was released. Now, there was a lot of good stuff in Trailblazers, which has involved a lot of people deciding to start trucking. But I must admit, going through the list of things that were put in, I'd just like to say thank you very much from the back of my head. That they fixed the planetary lines in VR.
Yeah,
I now can fly in VR again without feeling sick. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's good. And yes, so we're going to go talk about Trailblazers a bit later. So we're just going to park that. We will say it was, I think it took an extra hour, but apart from that, there hasn't been any bugs. I don't think I've had a couple of drops, a couple of orange sidewinder errors, but nothing on the scale that was involved with Power Play. So it looks like it's been a really stable release. That's 2 for 2 so far. Or is it more than that? Because it's the last couple of releases have been absolutely solid.
Yeah, they're pretty good these days. I mean, they come with their sprinkling of specific bugs, of course. But yeah, as a release and buggering up everything else, it's been good, hasn't it?
It has. But that's not all they gave us as well. They gave us a whole load of stuff in the FU, or Frontier Unlocked, and yeah. Now we'll put a link in the show notes if you haven't already seen this, and we'll probably go into a lot of this in future episodes because they gave us so much. But just to summarize, again, this year we're getting 4 new ships. Heck, if it keeps the money rolling in, I'm all for it. The first of these ships is the Corsair, medium all-rounder Imperial, which fills a gap. I think we guessed on that one, didn't we? We sort of said it was either a passenger or a mid-imperial. So
I think we did all right. I think the community as a whole actually were more or less in the right ballpark.
Yeah, it was 1 of 2, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although they did imply that's the last medium ship, but I guess we'll discuss that in a future episode. They did say that the next upgrade that they're working on is this thing called Vanguard. It's going to be one of 2 new updates that we'll get in addition to Trailblazers. So they're aiming for 3 again this year. They didn't quite make it last year, but they're aiming for 3 this year. And again, the last one is they've left blank to be announced. And yeah. So, what did everybody think to the Frontier Unlocked? Did it? It was certainly longer than last year when they gave us all that wonderful information. I thought we had a nice interview with the project lead, and yeah, I thought it came across really well. What about you guys?
Yes, I
Yeah.
agree. Go on, Claire.
Yeah, I was stoked. I was wildly stoked and surprised to see a Frontier stream with not one but two roadmaps in it. That made me laugh a lot. Yeah, so we had the roadmap for Planet Coaster as well, which, I mean, if you're a Frontier fan at all and you enjoy there's the Planet series, specifically Planet Coaster, boy, we're eating well as well. It's real good. So yeah, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
That, like, everything, like all of it was incredibly exciting and incredibly good news. I, to the extent that I just went fuck it and closed chat, which I think is the first time that I've done that for a really long time, because normally I'm just looking for people to take the piss off and troll, but I was actually kind of enjoying just Frontier Unlocked in general. So yeah, it was a good stream. They did really well, and I'm impressed. But boy, we're eating well, aren't we? It's good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alec?
Yeah, I loved it. They really did copy the format of last year's. I mean, you know, as a blueprint, they just went with it again, and it's great. I loved it all. I like the new ship. I think it's interesting that they're doing squadrons. I can't say I'm super excited about that yet, but that's partly down to the way I play the game. We shall see. And I really like having an unknown feature at the end of the year. I mean, it could be anything, but it's I don't know. I find it really exciting. The idea that there's something that you don't know what it is.
It keeps Lave Radio going because we don't know what it is.
Yeah, we can speculate about that quite a lot.
That's at least 6 shows. That is at least 6 shows in and of itself of us speculating about it.
Ben, did you see it?
Oh, of course I saw it. Yes, I enjoyed it. I've had a thought about Vanguard because, you know, it's like Vanguard to me implies it's the beginning. It's the leading wave.
Not for this show. That's the think about that for a different show, Ben. Come on, man. We got so much.
Yeah, I'm just confused, but the name Vanguard confuses me because it doesn't scream Squadrons 2.0. It screams something else to me.
Excellent. I look forward to talking about that with you at a different point.
It confused Fozzer as well, if I remember rightly. So anyway, so generally it's been received as very positive. I personally am actually very reassured because I hope they match it, and I think they did match it. Yeah. I am relieved about the number of ships because we thought that we were going to get 2 or 3. Instead, we've got another 4 this year. So yeah, I'm hoping that I'm hoping for good things, and hopefully it won't slip like last year. But you know, if it does, I'm not complaining because of what we've got so far. Right. Incidentally, player numbers have jumped yet again since Trailblazers was released. Elite Dangerous in Steam has now got higher player numbers than the last 4 years since I think the second week of Odyssey. And there are more people playing it now on Steam than they were right when it was launched on Steam.
Amazing.
Yes.
You mean when Elite was launched or Odyssey was launched?
No, when Elite was launched on Steam. Elite has 2 high points. One is when Horizons was released, and one when Odyssey was released. And at the moment, we're higher than when Elite was released on Steam.
Yeah.
So it's quite. I was going through the Steam charts, going, that can't be right, but it is.
It's because I can only imagine it's because you can name a station. I'd love to know. There's 2 things that I'd really love to know: the proper number, like including people who aren't logged in through Steam. I'd love to know the proper number, and I would also love to know how many people have bought arcs in this last how many arcs I mean, that's never something that Frontier are going to let anyone know, but I would love to know what that is, because I just think that's so funny. Genuinely think that's so funny. So yeah, it's really fuck now, man. What time.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out how much difference that the arcs has really made is when we get the results in June. Because I reckon at the end of with the proper yearly results, you'll see Elite Dangerous line go straight
Yeah, I
up at a
agree.
much sharper angle.
Yeah,
I mean,
100% agree.
another podcast who will remain nameless, the Farg Griefancy or something like that. They were saying that, well, it's double of practically nothing. I think is double of actually quite a bit. So so that's the good news about the development so far. So we're all happy.
Yay!
10
You don't
years.
speak for me, Colin.
No, Ben, are you not happy?
Respectfully, Ben, you're completely right. Respectfully.
Honestly, I don't actually give a fuck about colonization.
That's so wild. You're like the one guy.
I am the one guy, and that's fine.
Harsh.
And we'll talk more on that.
Yeah, we'll cover that later.
Yeah. Right. So that means I'll hand over to Alec for all the community news.
And now, to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
Right, here we go. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Haul in
All in
steel. All in
Haul in
steel.
steel.
There we go. So item 1, Ticoso has made a fabulous new song which we played at the front of the show called Haul in Steel. It's all about trucking and colonization, and I love it, and not just because I'm name checked in it. And there's a video to go with it. So give that a watch if you haven't already, and that earworm will be in your head for the rest of the week at the very least.
I can't get it out. Please,
No.
I need help.
And the great thing is we are all literally hauling steel, so it's just fabulous to have on in the background while you're doing it. It just yes, right. Anyway, onwards. Another classic. There's another new Highwake animation. This one is called Settlement Mission. As usual, keep your eyes peeled for all the little Easter eggs and things hidden in the background. The description for this one is, it is widely believed that Elite Dangerous is a game for relaxed exploration and leisurely trading, and it's played mainly by people with an analytical mind and a gentle nature. And this is partly true, but you'll agree nothing motivates a surge of violence more than a well-timed opportunity to upgrade a suit or gun. Thanks to Commander Samar for the great idea for this animation. As always, anyone seen it? Lovely.
Yes. Yes, I feel called out in it.
Yeah.
I feel like that is my gameplay.
Yeah, I do wonder if it was you initially.
I don't know. It's this purple dressed person running around doing
murder.
shit, and I'm like, am I the drama? Is that what that is? It was. I felt very seen. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm sure there's plenty of people who do exactly the same because it's a viable gameplay loop.
Yeah, good. Right, next, almost an exclusive because this literally only dropped about 10 minutes before the show, half an hour ago now, I suppose. There is a Distant Worlds 3 Expedition teaser trailer by Commander Arcanic. It's about 5 minutes long. I think teasers are normally a bit short than 5 minutes, but I don't want to pick holes. It's fabulous. It's lovely. It's beautiful. I know Ben liked it a lot, didn't you, Ben?
Oh god, yeah. There's so much nice videography and just lovely pictures of the planets. Sort of going from an eclipse and then speeding through the sun rising.
Yeah,
lovely.
some nice camera movement in it. I was just thinking as I was watching it, it's a good thing Distant Worlds isn't going now because I think a lot of people will be, I'm kind of busy colonizing. Maybe I'll skip it. But by next year, maybe we'll all be done trucking.
You might be.
Yeah.
Nope.
Right. The next bunch of items, unsurprisingly, are colonization tutorials of one form or another, and there's some really good ones. There is Colonization First Steps Guide by Slamscape X, which is a pretty comprehensive sort of guide to those first steps in colonizing. There were a whole bunch of things, we'll probably get onto them. There were a bunch of things that we all kind of had to figure out, little things that weren't that clearly explained maybe, and this video pretty much covers them all, so it's excellent. And then on a similar vein, Dimebot has done 2 videos, I think, so far as colonization guides, plus some much longer live stream videos. There's Colonization, how to rename facilities. A simple topic, but it was pretty much one of the first things where I was asking, going, how the hell do I rename my stuff? Because I couldn't figure it out. So he's got you covered. And then there's one called Colonization, Next Steps After Your Primary Port, which is also a good moment where you sit down and think what to do. Yeah, so some great videos there. Right, on the subject of colonization, obviously more on this in our main discussion, but one of the things that has come up, which I think wasn't brilliantly explained beforehand, is that there's a whole thing about construction points, and the different things that you can build are in different tiers, and there's dependencies, so you can't build one of these until you've built 2 of these, and you have to build 3 of these to get 2 of those points to build one of those, and there. So there's a couple of nice posts with early community information on that stuff. There's a Google form by Daft Mav, which we'll supply a link to, which has a whole bunch of good spreadsheety stuff about all that colonization point stuff. And then there's also a kind of tech tree drawing from Vanian BB on Reddit, which is one of those sort of flow diagrams showing T1 construction and what you can build and what it leads to. And I'm still not, I haven't studied this. I'm sure it's useful. But yeah, God bless the community for coming out with this stuff, because I have to say the short paragraph in the codex really doesn't cover it. Right. Oh, also colonization related. We've got a link again that will be in the show notes, but obviously hauling great amounts of stuff is Operation IDA's bread and butter, and they're sort of doing a offer to help thing. So you can fill in a form and you can tell them what you're building, and I don't know if you have to fill in why, but anyway, they'll
I can tell you a little bit what you need to do if that's okay.
Well, yeah, I would love to know, because
Yeah,
there must be hundreds of people saying.
So there's in the form, it's pretty self-explanatory on the form, but there is a request for sort of like the law as to why you're making the station, whether it's on behalf of like a whole group of you, or you're a single commander, and all of that kind of stuff. So they've really. They really want you to pitch why you should help. Is what I'm getting from it. So there's a proper elevator pitch that comes with it, because I mean there's only so many people in Op-IDA as well. So there's a lot of people who want to build shit, and that first one it does have a time limit on it. And if you are super time poor and you've gone for something like a Cellus or something nonsense like that, you might struggle. And that might be a good way to get into touch with them. Anyway, as you were, Alec, my apologies.
Oh no, that's good to know. Yeah, I like that. I like that you kind of have to do an elevator pitch, because obviously there's thousands of people. In fact, I have a number for you later on, maybe building stuff. Right. Item 9 is if you're sick of trucking, then this coming Saturday is the 3rd event in the Elite Racers Titan Cup. Each of the 8 events is named after one of the Titan Thargoid Titan ships. So this one is the Oya Destroyer, is the name of this Saturday's event. It will be in open Saturday the 8th at 1800 UTC. That's when we start sort of generally gathering. Probably won't be racing until about an hour later. It's a long way away, so this one is going to take place at the Rigo battlefield, which is on Rigo BUY B2-0 Body 1C. It's that place where there is both Guardian ruins and crashed Thargoid ships. And there's a nice cross-country run, about 38 kilometers cross-country from one to the other. So we're going to do that in SRVs. And that will be this Saturday night, 1800 UTC in open. Go to the Elite Racers Discord to find out more. I guess we'll have to make sure I include the link.
I think I've still got it in our DMs, so it's okay.
Brilliant. Good stuff. Right. Last up, I'm going to rely on our tech in a minute for this, but we have been given the very privileged position by Commander Razafrag, who we had on a few weeks ago, to do the prize draw. So people may remember that he did this last February as well, but he has a prize draw. So anyone who did one of the ED Copilot time trial events, any point during February, their name went into a hat or onto a giant spinny wheel, I hope. And we are going to do the prize draw live. So let me just remind people what the prizes are. And Razafrag has told me that if I get this wrong, I'm making up the difference. So let me just double check my facts. I'm sure it was in this post somewhere. Oh no, I've got it. Right. So the first prize will be 2 billion credits. This is all going to be done by fleet carrier transfer. So you'll have to arrange to meet up with Razafrag at some point to claim your winnings. But so first prize will be 2 billion credits. Second prize will be 1 billion credits. And third prize will be 500 million credits. I suggest we draw these names in reverse order. So when you're ready, Chris, I guess spin the wheel and let's see who gets the third prize.
For those of you who are
Yeah, I'm
not
watching the stream, so I'm on a lag.
Sorry, you're
Okay.
right.
The third prize winner, gosh, this is going to be hard to pronounce. The third prize winner who gets 500 million credits is Myraleth. So Myraleth. Commander Myraleth, you have won 500 million credits. I guess probably head to the ED Copilot Discord, which you're probably in already, and contact Razafrag. Claim your prize. Right. I don't know if Chris wants to speak, so it's in sync, but when we spin the next wheel. But all right, you can just put up with me and the stream delay. But let's spin the wheel. Second prize.
Yep, just check. You want the first winner removing from the spinny wheel?
Yes.
Okay.
Myraleth is not allowed to win all the prizes.
Fair enough.
He says walking away with 3 billion. Yeah, we need a brrr.
Yeah, I think it does have a sound, but it's probably not coming through.
That was GW Jukebox.
GW Jukebox, congratulations. You have won second prize of, what did I say it was? 1 billion credits.
1 billion credits.
Nice. Right, drum roll. The final winner who wins.
Wait, I can do you an engine sound.
No,
2
don't
billion
do
credits.
it.
Spin the wheel.
Okay. Let's go. Come on, Alec.
Oh,
I mean,
fuck, it's
it
Alec
could be
Turner.
me.
Is it actually?
You've won.
No.
You have.
No, you're kidding. Okay, that is absolutely hilarious. That is absolutely
Amazing.
hilarious. Now,
Hashtag rigged. Everybody's saying in the chat.
While the odds of that are completely insane. Oh my god! I was prepared for
the
this.
tea, man, the tea.
Look! Calm down. Spin it again.
Are you sure?
Because
Yes, mate. Come on.
No, spin it again.
If we get double Alec Turners, then definitely he deserves it.
Yeah,
if I get it again, I'll take it. But
I'm
honestly,
keeping you again for the comedy value. You're staying into the draw.
Well, so I discussed this with Razafrag earlier, and I was saying, look, just take my name out because I don't know, it was going to be embarrassing. And then we said, look, let's leave it in because it'll be comedy gold if it happens. I can't believe that's happened.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's like Nicky Campbell winning Wheel of Fortune.
The winner is Wernick.
Wernick, yeah, that's right.
Wernick, you have just won My 2 billion credits. You can split it with
And
me.
it's nice of you to add an extra billion on, Alec.
I mean, that was great.
Alec, would you like
Very
2
generous.
billion credits from me? I can give you 2 billion credits, mate.
No, it's fine. I'm too lazy to come and collect it. Anyway, I'll get there. Brilliant.
What
it's
drama?
Amazing.
Typical Lave Radio style, eh?
Lave Radio drama. We take it for ourselves.
Can't believe. What are the odds?
Like 1 in 200 or something.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, congratulations to all the winners. And on that bombshell, I'll hand back to Colin and go and cry in a corner.
Well, if you do have a community event or a dodgy spinny wheel taking place and you'd like us to shout about it across the airwaves, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or email us at info@laveradio.com. But Alec will probably find you anyway.
And steal all your credits, probably.
He's short of a couple of billion. He's after you now. Just about is not enough. So, the in-game events. What has been happening this week? Well, there was only one thing on Galnet this week, and that was the announcement that the system colonization equipment has now reached the public market. Just saying, well, there you go. You can now start colonizing if you wish. So that's it. And we all know that because we're all tracking. But contrary to popular opinion, other stuff has not stopped. So here is the power play standings for this week. In 12 remains Torval but she has managed to gain an amazing 10 systems to 447. In 11th place, Winters still remains exactly where she is, but again, she pulls ahead of Torval by gaining 12 systems. Delaney has also increased by a lot. 9 extra systems brings him to 616. And Kane, again, keeps ahead of him at the same amount by another 9 systems, and she's got a total of 639. Petraeus is next, but he's only had 3 systems this week. He's now up to 654, so Kane, there's a possibility that Kane could catch him in a couple of weeks. Then at 7 we have Antal. He's gained 6 systems, bringing his total to 703. Then we get a massive jump for Archer in 6th place. He gets an extra 13 systems, bringing his total up to 740. But winner of the week for the number of systems is Lee Yong-ri, who has brought his total up to 817, which is a massive 15 systems in 1 week. We have Grom going up by 5 to 1021. The Emperor herself has gained 10 systems this week, bringing her total to 1333. At the top, things seem to be about the same. Ashling has gained 5 systems, bringing her up to 1414. But Mahan pulls ahead yet again by gaining 6 new systems at 1435. So, that is your power play standings for this week.
Yay! Power play!
Yay. Hooray! What is it again?
Remind me what that power play thing was, right?
Yeah, I was expecting this week that nobody would gain any systems whatsoever. I would thought that was going to be
residual from the week before.
No, this is up to the moment. This is up to the moment. So unless everything was done last Tuesday night, people have still been quite busy, especially the guys who are working for Lee Yong-ru, because that was phenomenal.
Okay.
So it does seem that not everybody is trucking. There are still people power playing. So, moving on from there, it's that time of the week again.
Store alert!
In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art.
Excellent. We have two things to really bring you up to date about. The first one is the Mandalay Ace Pack. So if you want your Mandalay to look like something similar to an X-Wing fighter, this is for you.
Why would you want not to look like an X-Wing?
Well, actually, no. It looks more like what's it? An ARC fighter, an ARC 170, which has got.
I know
this
what you mean.
X-
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the X-wing, the big X-wings from Revenge of the Sith. If you want to have a look at that, I think this looks nice, but I'm saving my arcs for something else.
There's a really nice paint job that comes with it. I don't know if we're cycling through at all, but somebody I think it was in the Burr Pit sort of screenshots channel this morning posted a picture, and I was thinking, bloody hell, that looks good. And I went on the store to try and find out what the paint job was, but it only comes with the ship kit. It's really nice. It's got
Which one is it?
It's got wavy lines, and it's a kind of light blue.
Yeah, the blue on the black.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. And it is only with that one. The only other one where it's even slightly similar to that is the pink one. On its own, it's got the wavy lines on it as well. It's really nice. I think there's an orange and blue one version of it as well, which looks a bit like the reminds me of the Milano from Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I mean, the Mandalay does have that kind of.
It doesn't. Yeah, it does. Already start with that.
Chris Mark V raises a very good point with, do the wings go up and down?
I don't know.
Do we
They
have
look
waggly
like
wings?
they should.
They do look like they should be waggly wings.
You mean at the front? The little ones at the front?
No, the
I'm
little
thinking
side
the one
ones.
at
The big
the ones
side
at the back.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh, research someone. If someone looks into that, please let us know, because it is tempting. I must admit, I said no, I wouldn't do this. I was saving my arcs for whatever comes the next ship, but I'm tempted.
You need to go and submit things on Just and then use that money for that.
Yeah, of course. I forgot. I got my Just About bounties this month. I can actually afford it. Oh, never mind. Look at it. Right. Thanks for that. I forgot about that.
Just plough your Just About earnings straight back into arcs. It's
that's fine. But that is not all. They have updated the sale products this time. If you want the salvage skin packs, which are for the Cobra, the Type 9, the Vulture, the Keelback, the Type 6, the Carriers, the Types, the Diamondback, Great Mark II, Great Phantom, Python Mark 1, Asp Explorer. So yeah, if you want the salvage red or white skins, they're available at about half price, which is about £1.50. However, one thing that they have done is they have cut the prices of a lot of the pre-built ships from last year. So if you want a half price Python Mark II Stella kit, same with a Type 8 Mandalay or Cobra Mark V, then you've got 50% off, 40% off, and 25% off the Cobra Mark V. So if you haven't got a Cobra Mark V already and you want one, that's the one I'd recommend. So what do you guys think? Any?
Very strong Medusa vibes from those.
I'm spending all my arcs on naming things in Colonisation at the moment.
That's what I was wanting to save my arcs for, but
5k here, 5k there.
It'll add up.
It sure does.
Yeah, all those rude names, which is okay.
I would love it if Frontier, if you enter a rude name and then Frontier block the name and you've wasted
your money
your
and
arcs.
then block it.
Oh, I really hope that happens.
Well,
take your money and then you just. Sorry, go on.
I'm going to rename my first station "Free Anacondas Are Here." So
you're not going for a TTP then?
No, I'm not going to go for a TTP. Yeah, I think we have broken the TTP. Yeah, what is it? Chris Mark V. What have you got?
So I was in the FUD, the Frontier Unlocked Discord, and in there, one of the mods from Frontier was saying that they will remove certain names that don't meet their criteria. Like there was one which was all A's, which got removed, and they were very vague about if it doesn't meet acceptable use, that it will either be removed or like all stars. They weren't 100% clear on what it would be, but I remember seeing that in the Discord.
I really hope they get charged
I'm
for
okay
it
with
as
that.
well.
There's a checker as well, isn't there? I haven't really put it to the test, but you type stuff in and there's a little green tick that appears after a couple of seconds. So it's obviously running it through some basic algorithm.
Yeah, someone checks Scunthorpe Station.
Thank you so much for making sure that brilliant. Thank you.
I must admit, I'm quite glad that we're not going to come across hundreds of Millennium Falcon stations, because I'm sure that anything copyrighted, they'll say, no, off you go. You're not having that. Millennium Eagle, they might allow. But, yeah. Right.
What about the Babylon station?
They didn't on yours. Oh, well. Right, okay, we're going to take an ad break, and then we're going to come back with a deep dive into Trailblazers.
Dreams. Humanity's dreams. The hope to live among the stars. From early times, we've gazed up to the heavens and wondered if one day we could travel there. Maybe even live there. The Brewer Corporation has made this dream a reality, constructing intricate cathedrals of metal, circling numerous planets across thousands of systems in our human bubble. Why stay rooted in a gravity well when you can be free in orbit, free to dream, free to live, and one day to become a commander and be free to blaze your own trail. Brewer Corporation, the first step into the unknown. Come join us. Be free.
Space is vast, and pirates have needs just like anyone else. Introducing the Lonely Pirate Handbook, the ultimate resource for lonely pirates. Our guide covers the hot spots and not spots of interstellar space, from smugglers' dens to space station taverns, with helpful chapters such as how to be presentable in polite society, how to get rid of that nefarious rank, and my favorite, occasionally shower. Are your early advances often mistaken for attempts to rob or plunder?
Oh, I've come a long way for what's in your hold. Prepare to be boarded.
Frameshift charge detected.
Oh.
Buy today and receive the Lonely Pirates Chat-Up Guide for free.
I've got a very large hard point. Would you like to see my very large hard point?
You're so hot. You're making my temperature critical.
Lower your shields. I want to inspect the goods.
Come back to my place. I might let you touch my A-rated anaconda.
Are you smuggling illegal goods? Because you've got fine written all over you.
The Lonely Pirates Handbook. Now available in all Anarchy bookstores. We'll teach you to loot anyone's heart.
Hey Commanders, this is Mick from Crazy Mick's Reptile Emporium and Warehouse. Due to a hysterical ordering mishap and not reading the fine print, I'm currently in possession of over 10,000 snakes. Many of which are deadly, so everything must go. We have anacondas, asps, cobras, diamondbacks, fodlans, keelback, crates, mambas, pythons, sidewinders and vipers, none of which are capable of spaceflight without being strapped to a rocket. Need a pet for your cockpit? Buy a snake. Need to scare your mother-in-law and give her a heart attack for the insurance money? Buy a snake. Need to fill a beluga full of snakes to assassinate a witness on their way to a Federation courthouse? Buy many snakes. Bulk discounts are available at Crazy Mick's Reptile Emporium and Warehouse. You can find us in the Lave Business Directory or visit us at the former site of Sensible Michael's Shipyard and Outfitting Warehouse. Will somebody get these mother snakes out of my mother warehouse?
And we'll leave those snakes alone, I think. Welcome back, everybody. Now, obviously, Trailblazers dropped last Wednesday, and 75% of the team seem to be very happy with this. So we'll quickly go around everybody, see how their reactions have been. Let's start with Claire.
Hi, that's me. That's my name. Hello. Trailblazers. You know what? I did 2 days of full trucking, like balls to the wall, trucking. I got my and like folks from the community as well. I say I did 2 days. I literally like my 2 streams, but I started at 10 on. I did 10 till 6 just trucking on Thursday. On Friday I think I did like 10 till 5:30, 10:30 till 5:30, something like that. Cut an hour off each side. Gave me like the full feeling was like, hey, you know what? Maybe I can stream 10 till 5:30 going forward, and I have been so far, and it's great. But it's I've never had this much fun, and all I'm doing is just chatting and going from one place to another. What in the I saw, was it Atris who said, like, in chat, I saw somebody in chat say, no, I think it was AKA Arthur, who said, I don't understand why I'm not bored yet. You know, why I don't feel burnt out yet, because there is a real danger, and I think I genuinely think that there is a real danger. The elite, we are very on the most part, we're very sort of like eager. Let's call it that. Let's recognize it as an eagerness to be the first to put our stamp in the galaxy and do all of those kind of things. So there has been an awful lot of trucking. It has reminded me of back along just before I started playing, and the Colonia initiative, where we were taking those leaflets to Jax, and the amount of hours that some people, Kremen, were putting in and doing and complaining over, I think it was TeamSpeak at the time or something, just complaining to me about how much work he was doing. And there's been a couple of moments where we've seen people do stuff in talking about how much they've been doing in Discord, and Katie's gone, please take breaks. Katie's gone full mum mode in our Discord, telling everybody to please just take breaks. Please, you have 4 weeks. It's kind of that mentality. But yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy with everything. I would say, if someone were to say that it were broken and unfun, I would say that it is almost exactly the opposite. And I think it's robust and delightful.
Yay!
That's what I would say.
Excellent. Well, we'll move on to Alec next.
I concur with all of that. It is so much fun. I've just been enjoying it so much. And again, that interesting question of why, it sort of takes me back to things like, you know, when we all, I don't even know if there was a purpose originally, but we're all doing the Hutton run together to just ship stuff to Hutton and chatting to mates and flying.
That was a CG.
Saw the mug.
Right.
That's what
Okay.
the purpose was.
And it's kind of hard to explain to anyone that wasn't there and didn't do it why it was fun. And it's a bit like that. I'm the commodity moving side of colonization. I was not looking forward to. I was kind of dreading.
Yes.
And I'm not necessarily saying it's the most fun aspect of it, but I'm having enormous fun shipping commodities. Not so. Just to answer a couple of questions that people might have, but so I did an outpost. We'll maybe talk more later about what to build first and why. And I think I did it in between 7 and 8 hours. So I had like two night sessions. So I had 2 evenings where I did 2 hours. And I had 2 mornings where I did 2 hours, more or less. And And a couple of mates chipped in. I didn't even know they decided to, but they just decided to chip in. So although I shipped maybe the majority, it wasn't half. So I did like, I can't remember the quantities, but I did a certain amount and they did a certain amount. But so 4 weeks to do an outpost is easily doable. And like I think I saw Kremen saying he did an outpost in 9 hours. Yeah, that feels about right. But it's just so much fun. And after I'd finished building my own, and because a couple of people had chipped in, we were sort of there together, and it was really fun. And it was, I ended up spending like I think the next day helping somebody else build their ship. It sort of didn't even matter that it was my own. It was just and I think what it is, it's that sense of purpose. I mean, a lot of the things we do in the game, you're just making numbers turn around and it doesn't really matter. But this feels like so real. Do you know, it feels worth doing.
At the end of the day, it's your station. You're helping create this station. Me and Little Biggin had a discussion about how come I'm actually getting paid to build my own station, which I found a bit weird.
Right. And I will say this now. I love that I can pay to name it. I didn't realize how much I was going to love that, but I so love being able to do that as well.
Excellent. Right, we're going to move on to Ben, who's. Let's be honest, Ben. You're not happy with this. Well, you're not enthused about this update.
Elite to me is always about one man and one ship. I'm not a mayor. I'm not a fleet commander. That's why I haven't taken part in the not the colony ships, the fleet carriers, and I'm not going to take part in colonization. I don't want to be a mayor over a star system. I want to fly my spaceship, damn it. And so that's basically why I'm not wanting to join in Trailblazer, because I don't agree with this whole democratization.
Ben, from a just trying to think of it.
Can I just finish my
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
So I don't want to finish. I don't believe in this whole democratization thing, because I'm one man and it's one station. It's one man, one ship, and I don't like that whole mayoral thing. But also, I feel it cheapens the mass events that we did to build a station at the center of Sagae and Colonia. So, what were you going to say, though, Alec?
I was just going to chip in on the first of those and
Yeah.
sort of about the kind of role play aspect of why it doesn't fit with your idea of who you are. How would you feel like, imagine Han Solo, and in the later films we found Han Solo was back to smuggling and trading and stuff, and how would you imagine if Han Solo made enough money that he could build himself a little ranch somewhere? Could you not play it like that? That you're still a lone commander, but you've
Lando
staked.
Calrissian did.
Yeah, you've staked a claim. You're still your lone commander, but you've staked a claim. You've got a bit of money,
But
and
it's
you've
not.
decided to.
It's not even anything like that, because that would essentially just be a couple of shipping containers. That would probably be smaller than your spaceship.
There
How
are
much credits do you have, Ben? How many credits do you have in game?
I've got more than enough.
I was curious for a figure.
I'm just looking. Because again, it's like I got to over 1 billion, and it's like, I don't care anymore.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
Where is my? It must be here somewhere.
It's on the right hand side. Right hand side, and your main thing. Just remove your rebuy price.
That's a long time since you had to look.
Okay, so I've got just under 5 billion.
Okay.
I really like and quite admire it when people's role play
doesn't. Thing. It's
This
isn't me.
No, I'm just wondering, because at what point in your RP does your commander, or maybe it is right now, maybe your commander is now having an existential crisis, going, oh shit, I should maybe invest in that. I'm a fucking billionaire. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's I stopped counting at 1 billion.
Okay.
And I now have I have enough. I don't care if I lose even my cutter or something like that. It doesn't really bother me. If we were, if there was like a mass expansion effort by the Pilots Federation and a series of CGs to make stations, hell yeah, I'd be all over that. Especially if they integrated it with stories, and the gameplay were almost exactly the same. We're hauling steel.
Yeah.
I have no issues with any of that. It's the fact that you get a station and you get a station that
Okay, so what about
offends me is the wrong word, but you know what I mean.
What about what LCU's doing and the Canon group?
I was going to say that help a group.
Yeah. What about helping a group? What about What about your commander? How would you feel about And again, we are fully aware that there are. If that is something you don't want to do, there are so many other things that you can do in game. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not like you're being forced to do anything.
Yeah,
but,
this is not taking away from my gameplay.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We don't speak for you.
Joining like a group like Opida or working with Opida and helping other commanders achieve their goals, maybe that is a recognition of the fact that your commander's got so much money and they don't really give a shit about what they're doing with it, that they can then go and have like that altruistic nature, that kind of thing. Potentially, I don't know.
I could get more behind that, but it's not that. It's not on a squadron level. It's individual. So yeah, I mean, if this were rolled in after Trailblazers, for example, and squadrons could build bases, maybe I'd find that less objectionable. Even objectionable is too strong a word, because I don't object to any of it. You guys can have fun, and that's great. I can go and visit Alex Station, and I can think, oh, that's pretty.
Oh,
but nice, interesting. I like it. I like that point of view, though. That I like it when somebody's RP doesn't fit with something. I find that really interesting. And
yeah, I mean, I am fully aware that I am shooting myself in the foot by not maintaining a fleet carrier. But it's just I don't believe in it. We can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay then. Well, it's nice to have alternative opinions.
It is.
However, I don't share it.
Yeah.
And that's okay, Colin, because I don't speak for you.
No, we don't speak for any of us.
Anyway.
No, yeah.
Myself.
Now, ironically, I was pretty much in Ben's camp when this update dropped. I think I made it perfectly clear that I wasn't really enthusiastic about colonization to begin with, which is ironic. But I must admit, after going through the process of actually finally selecting a system, starting with the beacon, and then seeing the ship jump in and all that kind of stuff, I was quite surprised about how emotionally invested I started to get.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's the thing, because I thought, right, I'll just do this one station, and then I'll leave that system, and then I'll go back to power play. No. Oh, no. I have been trucking and hauling and trucking and hauling and hauling and trucking for an unhealthy amount of time. I mean, I'm now up to, I've only got 10,000 tons left, and I've got most of the bad ones out the way because there was a problem with this. That has now been sorted.
You dropped out a little bit there. We've had a little bit of a Discord drop, I think.
The CMM, but I'm assuming you're talking about the CMM composites, which would be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, we lost you a little bit there, Colin, for a moment. My apologies.
Yeah. Typical Discord and Virgin Media starting to play funny, silly buggers again. What I was saying was that, now that I'm at sort of on the final stretch, I am solely focused on getting this done, and it's got hold of me because the system that I'm in, I've suddenly realized, no, I can put an ice asteroid over there. I can put a normal asteroid base over there, and I can put a couple of, and because it's not the primary system, the primary station in, I won't have the time limit, so I can put a massive whatever. I want a 4 noob hammer Coriolis right there. So
those are going to be commoners, Mark. I reckon you should put one in with no noob hammers, and that'll be the novelty.
I was going to say, can you actually specify? I want my station to have noob hammers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you got a choice of one, or the double noob hammer, or the quadruple noob hammer.
It will do. I think that is going to depend on how many points and shit you have.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. But like, I mean.
Oh, I don't care. I'm going to try.
Yeah, once you get there, for sure, you'll be able to get it.
Yeah. And one thing that did surprise me is how quickly that you can actually pull together an outpost. And then from that outpost, you'll be able to move on to something else.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I've kind of moved on to the second question. I mean, is there anything about this that took you by surprise? So,
yes.
Go on then, Psychic. You first.
Yeah. So a couple of things where I was like, oh, I need to pay attention to that. So I put in my first outpost, and I was excited about that, and I was surprised, like you, with how quickly I could then literally go in and do it. I didn't have to wait until Thursday tick, which was something that we were really worried about. I think was that if you'd completed it and then everything was just like sitting and waiting until that Thursday tick, and then you'd start over and over again, and it would feel sort of like the pacing would be off for me if that were the case. But no, you go in there, and once you've got your first station or your outpost or whatever you've done complete, it's in this build state. But then you can go to the colonization guy. You can also hand in bounties. You can go to the colonization guy. You can hand in bounties. You can go get an apex should you want them. The soul apex, people. There's a song in there somewhere like a lonely apex when they're waiting for everyone else to move in, but the apex is the only thing that's working. In every station, the poor lonely apex.
Song title: The Loneliest Person in the World.
Yeah. But you can do your next station. Literally starts your next. You can start your next station off from that. So it was great because I earmarked a system that I really. We didn't really know what we wanted. I didn't really know what I wanted. I logged in on Thursday, going, I don't know what I want. Found a system, and the system's like 20. The system was 27 light years away from any inhabited system already, which was super cool, but it meant I needed a jumping off point. So I got my first one, made the jumping off point, went over into the next system, and that's now got a station as well. So I'm very happy. But on this initial one, I went back and I was like, oh, I started with a commercial outpost, so let's put a tourism site down. Went to put a tourism site down, and I couldn't. There were there's stipulations for other things. I wasn't even expecting that. So I think you've got to in the show notes and community corner, there's like a list of things that you need for each one. Is that right, Alec?
Yeah, I haven't studied it, but yeah, there's
no, me either.
Cover this.
Yeah, so I had no idea what that was going to be the case. So when I went to put down my tourism base, and I was like, oh, first and foremost, the UI is brilliant for it. But I went to put on my my tourism base, and I was like, oh shit, I can't. And it was like, no, you need a satellite installation. And then we had like there were been conversations going around wherein people have been like, oh, you need a satellite installation. Let's have a look at other systems that are already populated and see if they all have they have the things that are required in order to make the bases. And they do. Wow. So there is a pattern to this stuff. Things haven't just been put in willy-nilly. There is a pattern, and we are following the same pattern as other systems in Elite.
Love that.
Isn't it brilliant? That was something that surprised me. And another thing that surprised me is how many people I've seen applying to join my squadron on the back of it, because your squadron going in third in the list or in the squadrons that populate the new station. Not your squadron, the faction that your squadron supports going in third has given people who weren't necessarily involved with squadrons to join to join squadrons or weren't involved with their own squadrons to join mine. And we've had quite a few people join our squadron, and I think that's got something to do with colonization, but also stuff to do with the Vanguard thing coming out as well. I'm very excited. The whole thing, we're very happy.
Excellent.
Can I jump
Alec.
in with a question? Yeah, I wanted to ask a question on that. So when you stake your claim, the faction which is the primary faction in the station you're making your claim from is the first faction that goes in.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
The faction associated with your squadron is the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the second?
I think it's the next one down in the system where you take the squadron from. I think I'm going to check.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool, good.
I think that's the case, but I will double check.
Right, good. Oh, shall I go on and do my what surprised me?
Yeah, what surprised you?
So many things were so good. What really surprised me actually was the sheer variety of things we could build, and it's quite cunningly hidden. So for those that haven't seen it, you go into the menu and it's like, do you want to build an outpost or a station? And you almost can be forgiven for thinking that might be it, but no. You pick outposts, and then it gives you a menu of, do you want a military outpost, and a mining outpost, a military, So you pick one of those, and then it goes even deeper, and it goes, which of these 15 varieties of mining outpost would you like? It's overwhelming and awesome. The sheer variety of settlements and outposts and stations and planetary bases and installations you can choose from. It's huge. And I love it.
It does give you an idea of how much actual assets they put in. Because
I found it mind-blowing.
Yeah, because there's a whole load of stations in there that I haven't seen before. And I know that they're in the game because other people have told me about them, but I've just went, I haven't seen that yet.
When you see it as a pick list of what would you like, it's like, wow. I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. I don't know where to start. And then just quickly, the other thing that really surprised me, even though they showed it on the stream, was just how beautifully the planet surface placement works. I mean, it's just so simple, really. It's just like the camera suite. You just go down to low altitude, you deploy this thing, and it just pops into a camera suite, and the chosen base appears as a hologram, and you just plonk it down. It's fantastic. It's a dream come true. And then the as Arthur hinted at on the FU before Christmas, the container yard that appears as your sort of precursor to finishing your base. They knew what they were doing. It doesn't just look a bit like a racetrack.
It's a fucking racetrack, my guy.
It's a racetrack. It's a racetrack.
Can we just? I know that you don't like promoting your own stuff, Alec, but can we just put a couple of links in to your two videos which show that is?
Absolutely. I'll put them in Community Corner.
Yeah,
because I put them into Community Corner because I watched them because basically you put up this thing in our Discord that went, I've just created my own base, and then there was thousands of OMGs all over the chat, and I was going, what? Can't be that good. And then we saw it, and yeah, it's amazing. And I can see so much fun coming from that.
Yeah,
And
so I mean, just as a quick aside, so my to-do list, so everyone else is still shipping and things, my to-do list for tomorrow is to go to the construction yard that's down there, which I have no intention of finishing. Please don't finish it, people. I mean, if you do, it's an awful lot of work, and it's a very small payoff in terms of laughs, because I'll just build another one, but hey, so please don't finish it. Yes, but what I'm going to do tomorrow is go down there and create my first ED Copilot time trial for that. And then I'm going to do a mountain climb because it's right next to a mountain. So I'll do a mountain climb time trial, and I've positioned it very carefully on the planet. So there's another mountain in the distance. So I'm going to do a long distance time trial. So yeah, having created my place, I'm now going to do what I said and turn it into a racing hub. So I'm looking forward to immensely.
Excellent. Ben?
There's something actually I wish we could do, and I don't think we can, is you know how Alec, you were saying you don't want people to finish your base,
Mm.
and I'm thinking, what happens if I see something and you see something and we both want to go for something? I wish there was some way for me to actively work against you, or if somebody were trying to finish off your base, for you to actively work against them finishing your base, as it were.
Yeah, it's a bit mean. I don't think I really want to see that in the system.
Yeah, it's a bit much, isn't it?
What I would like to see, somebody else mention this, is when you've delivered all the required materials to build whatever the thing is. Actually, a quick note here. This is just something that popped into my head, but it does feel like maybe a little bit of etiquette. If you're helping other people to build their station, I think it would be very easy to accidentally deliver the last ton of whatever, and for you to be the one who effectively finished the building of that thing and triggered the thing to happen. So maybe as a little suggestion to groups, but hey, I don't want to tell people what to do, but maybe as a etiquette thing, maybe ask, would you like to hold something back so you can be the one to deliver the final ton and finish the thing? Anyway, what I was going to say is, even at that point, I think it'd be quite nice if instead of it just then going ahead and constructing the thing, if it popped up in the interface somehow to the architect, a prompt saying, congratulations, you've delivered all the materials, click a complete construction button, exactly
Yeah.
as Fanarp has just said. And I don't think that exists. I think
It doesn't
it
exist.
just
I don't
no,
believe
just
it exists.
happens.
It just happens.
And that way, even if somebody did decide to have a laugh and deliver all my construction materials and ruin my construction yard time trial, I would just choose not to click that. I just wouldn't click that button.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things like that I think a couple of little tiny bits like that I think it's missing, but
yeah, a cancel. While we're on a cancel would be good too.
A cancel or a cancel, or like even just within the first 24 hours, something like that. Especially when you place the station and you go, oh shit, I can't really place that. You know, just to move it around. I think that would be kind of nice. But it's robust and delightful. I don't have anything more to say about it.
So just quickly go around the crew. I mean, I'm obviously building a refinery outpost at the moment with hopefully asteroid bases coming soon. Alec, you've got an outpost with...
I'm building a racing hub, so I have an outpost called the Happy Bottom Riding Club, which is the dude ranch where Chuck Yeager used to hang out. That will be our bar for the Buckyball Club, or a bar. And then I'm basically got a planet that I'm going to put a whole... I can put 3 surface bases. I've got 3 atmospheric planets, and I can put 3 on each. So I'm just going to position them all to be time trials, race courses. I'll probably complete some of them, but I'll leave others as yards. And the only issue I've run into is, this was my biggest fear in a way, is it turns out, although it says somewhere in the UI that the minimum distance for 2 planetary bases is 100 kilometers. I think what they've actually done, deliberately or accidentally, is they've put 100-kilometer circle around each base, and the rule is they can't overlap. So it actually is 200 kilometers.
Right. Okay.
That is too far for a point-to-point race. And that's me speaking. I mean, I can drive 200 kilometers, but I wouldn't want to subject people to that very often. 100 would be just about
manageable.
It's quite a long race, but it would be all right. It'd be a bit of a Dakar, but it'd be quite fun. If we could have 50, that would be lovely, 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 lovely. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so I wonder if there's a reason. I was trying to think, have they just arbitrarily plucked a number out of thin air? Or is there a good reason for them not to be close? And I wondered if it was instancing. So anyone that's having problems in Odyssey because their hardware isn't quite up to it, and I know when you get near a planetary settlement, I used to have terrible frame lag because of my old PC struggling to cope with what was going on at that settlement in terms of all the NPCs. I wonder if having 2 settlements less than 200 kilometers apart causes havoc for some reason. If it doesn't, Frontier, if you've plucked a number out of thin air, please make it smaller, please.
It is a beta after all.
Yeah.
Okay, Claire, what are you building?
Okay, right now I'm not building anything. Well, I've got something in the process of being built, but it's not like a big thing. My two big things were to get this jumping off post like in between, and then the final boat, which is like the new hub. So I have neither of the. Just to clarify, these are rolled names, and I couldn't be more delighted with the rolled names. So my outpost is called Beer Depot.
I saw you roll that. That was amazing.
I will reiterate this. My outpost is called Beer Depot. It's about 100 light years from Glass Landing, so you got to get. There's quite a way between the beer and glass, but I reckon it's a gap I'm willing to bridge. But, yeah, between Beer Depot was the jumping off point, and then my asteroid base, which there were a couple of people working on getting the CMMs there right at the end, and they very, very beautifully left me 300 to drop off and finish the asteroid depot with, the asteroid base with, which was absolutely lovely. And my asteroid base, I rolled the name for it, and it is called England Mine. Now I'm gonna out my family. And explain that my stepdad's surname is England, and it's so bloody lovely that I got my mum and stepdad called England, and I've got an England mining game. I've had a station named in game for years when Frontier asked me what I would like to have in the game. So when Odyssey dropped, I got Micah's Rest, and that's my baby, and I love it so much. I might end up spending $5,000. I was so averse to it, but I might end up spending $5,000 on $5,000 on ARCs on a change of name at some point, especially given the fact that I know that the Frontier was stopping some from being made. Makes me very happy. So we're not going to be looking at star bullshit like we do with fleet carriers. That makes me super pleased. And I told my mum about it today. I was like trying to explain to my mum about it, and I started crying, and I'm just like, how is this game giving me that joy again? And it's great. I'm going to cry now, but it's great.
You big softie.
I mean, we should point. I mean, I must admit, my big surprise was the fact that they are going to let you rename stations, and for only 5,000 ARCs, which is £2.50, really. So it'll add up. That's for sure. But yeah. So overall, I think I must admit I'm really impressed with the update. I think there's been a couple of little niggles that I hope they fix, like getting what I really wanted was an easier way to find out what's outstanding for the station, because at the moment you've either got to be set at the base, or you've got to go into the system map of the system that you're looking at and then select the base. When I think if you could look over on the left hand panel where it actually says you've got this construction in progress, that'd be lovely.
Yeah, just click into that and show how much you've got.
Yeah, exactly.
Incidentally, in the galaxy map, that colonization option on the left doesn't seem very interesting. I almost don't get what it's showing me. It seems so bare. Is that only
pink and white? That one.
The galaxy map, and there's a colonization on the option on the right. There's a little crane icon on the right which does some stuff about the thing but there's one on the left, and it pops up a box that says you've got this one system, and there's a key along the bottom about how many spaces, but it just seems like such a big bit of user interface with so little
do you see
information in it.
Do you see everything looking pink and white on that?
Pink and white doesn't ring any bells to me.
Okay, right. So what you might need to do is click on it, then click off it, and then click back on it again, and you'll see more information. I think there is a bug with it.
Okay.
So you might see more, because what it shows is like some are pink and some are white, and the pink ones are the ones that are all already inhabited. If they're pink and they've got a little crane over the top of it, it means that someone's working on them right now. If they're white, it means they're uninhabited and they're available to go. If they've got little red crosses on them,
sorry, no, I don't mean the filter option. It's the one that's about. It's something like My Colonies or something.
Oh, maybe
it's
that'll
an info
be
box called My Colonies.
I think that'll come into its own when you've got a few colonies under your belt.
Well, that's the thing. It seemed to be aimed at people that had about 15 systems colonized, and if you have one, it's which I guess a great many people will just have one or two. It seems really uninteresting.
I'm expecting to have like maybe 20 by the time I'm done.
Okay.
So
Cool. Maybe it's for you. Maybe it's not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing I'm going to be ask is this, well, obviously Claire's, I think, just answered her question, the question I was going to ask, but are you sticking with this one system, or are you going to be expanding your own little empire?
I'm good. I've got the system I want for now.
Okay. And Claire, you want 20.
Well, I want 20, but also from where I've built right now, the squadron are building around it as well. So it's not just going to be. It isn't just my. I hope that the squadron. We kind of, as part of Vanguard, like it feels like it's all going to tie in together eventually. But I like the idea of being able to see everybody's as well. We're building like another little bit of SOEX space, which is like 30 light years out of already inhabited space, and we're sort of branching out from there. So that's really nice, and I'm looking forward to them getting done fully, so we can start like really digging into the BGS with it as well. But the whole squadron stuff thing is great, like working together with people.
Well, the final thing I was going to ask is basically, do you think it's moving too fast? Because all of a sudden you've got the first bases all done, and it's not even been a week yet. They're already moving on to the next system, 16 light years away. Do you think we're going to end up with a much bigger bubble a lot sooner than we thought?
Yeah, 100%. 100%, and I cannot wait. It's great.
So
Yeah,
is that
really
going?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go on, Malik.
I was going to say it's a really good question. Like, for me, as a generally lone solo player who doesn't particularly like grinding for very long, I'll do it for a bit, but I thought I thought the numbers were quite tough, and because I unexpectedly had help from friends, it kind of worked out. But when I sort of say, I did it in 3 days, that is also 3 days where maybe I'm getting to the end of my tether with trading backwards and forwards. Like, when we've got 4 weeks and it took me 3 days, it's easy to think, well, it's easy to do then, but it's also a question of how long you can bear to do that day after day after day. So I don't know. I'm also really curious to see, like in the Galaxy map at the moment, if you put the right filter options on the pink things that Claire was talking about, I think you can see hundreds in any given bit of space. You can see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of claimed systems, and I'm really curious to see how many of those fall by the wayside because people just can't make the deliveries. Because it is quite a lot if you're a casual trucker. But I don't know. You might be right. Maybe it's too fast.
Well,
So-
actually, go on, Claire.
So, from what I've seen, there are it for an outpost. I would say, and I want to know if you guys agree with me. For an outpost, if you're on your own, I think it's probably between 9 and 12 hours, maybe pushing 15 hours worth of solid trucking.
Yeah.
To get that done, and I think that's easily doable. If you are, let's say you give 10 hours a week to Elite. Let's say you give 10 hours a week to Elite, and that's it's your game, and you like to log in for 4 hours a night.
That might be quite a lot.
You can get like easily, if you're just doing that, you can get easily 3 outposts in, let's say. But if you're not just doing that, you can dip in, do that, and then go and do your power play stuff as well. I think I genuinely believe that the amount is pitched just right for like a solo casual player to get as involved as a big squadron. I think
feels
it's brilliant.
pretty good. Yeah, I think that's where I was going. It feels pretty good as a first guess at numbers. It feels pretty good, actually. It's definitely not orders of magnitude out.
Yeah, we had some complaints from people saying that it was too much for a solo player, but then when someone asked, "Well, what did you choose?" He went, "Oh, I went for an Ocellus," which
that'll be a problem then, mate. That'll be the issue.
Have we got a second to talk about that? Because I think it's a really interesting subject.
Well, actually, I'd like to bring Ben in because he brings in an interesting point. But we'll get back to that, Alec.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because you Claire said she's gone off and done somewhere as a jumping off point, and then we're hearing about other people doing same idea, and it's just making me wonder: are we going to have a bunch of ghost towns with maybe you've got an Apex terminal and that's it?
No.
And then nothing else there until you get to where they actually want it to be.
No,
or people just
no,
stopping
that's not
in
how it
general.
works. That isn't how it
Go on,
works.
Clyde, you explain.
Well, that isn't how it works. Once you've created an outpost, that outpost it's an apex and scaffolding effectively until the next Thursday tick, and then it turns into a full station.
Oh, okay, so I'm wandering around.
It's not going to be like a ghost. It's not going to be like a ghost. You're not going to be wandering around like an abandoned thing with a lonely apex there. You will have a full station that you can go and visit with a full swathes of NPCs in there. But that just populates on the weekly tick as opposed to on the daily tick. I was going to say on the daily tick. It's not the daily tick. It's literally as soon as you see that brewer screen, it's there. So there are you're not going to see that midpoint hang around, and it's either complete or it's not within the time frame as well. So if it doesn't complete within those 4 weeks, it will go as well.
What's going to happen to Alex's things then? Because he's deliberately not completing all.
No, that's fine. So it's only the very first
fine.
station.
Yeah.
It's only the very first station that has the time limit. After that, you've got all the time in the world.
Yeah, so Alex race courses.
They don't time out. So mine will never time out.
The race courses that Frontier have specifically designed for Alec are going to remain in the game.
Yeah. So, I mean, let's say I'm at Rose Garden, I think it is at the moment. And I love the look with the scaffolding and everything close up.
That will change on Thursday.
On Thursday, that will be a full station.
Right, so why would this turn into a full station, but Alex things won't?
Because
Alex hasn't completed them.
Sorry, so the station you're at, Ben,
yeah,
the deliveries have all been completed.
Right, so what would be here if the deliveries hadn't been completed?
Nothing.
A colonization ship. Just
so
near
just
it. Like the colonization megaship.
Okay, so you don't get like the scaffold. You don't get sort of like
No.
The station being built up and built up and built up.
No.
Like we had for that CG. You had
what CG?
The first part, the CG where we built stations.
Yeah.
You had.
You mean the Interstellar Initiative, the one we took over like a month for each one? This is the Golconda thing.
No, I'm not thinking the Golconda thing. I'm thinking about the Sag-A thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So when you build a new station, the first thing that, if it's the first one, the very first one, the first thing that pops in is a colonization ship. If it's a subsequent one, then this kind of platform appears. And you deliver to the platform, and then when you've delivered enough, your station appears in a scaffolded state.
The platform magically turns into an Ocellus or something.
I guess, or it appears next to it. And it appears in a scaffolded, partly open, lights kind of half on state until a week's gone, and then yeah.
Okay, that's a shame because they've already got the assets, or they had the assets for building up the station.
Have you seen an Ocellus yet, Ben? Because that kind of looks like it's being built up.
I'm at the asteroid base at the moment.
I don't know. The Ocellus.
I've not been to an Ocellus yet.
Yeah, an Ocellus has like half of the ring thing is completed. It looks really good.
Right. Well,
very cool.
we're going to have to lay a line down after this, because obviously there's more to talk about. But one of the things that we really need to talk about is the results of the Lave Radio sweepstake.
Yeah.
Ooh, nobody won.
Nobody won.
Stupid Price is Right rules.
Nobody won. I think you'll find I specified last week when we already knew what the price was. Well, when I specified the last week that it was definitely Price is Right rules. Yeah, we were well out, weren't we?
25 million.
Well, I was a bit, but I was the closest.
You were the closest, but you were also 175 million.
All right. Twice in one night, I've lost out on the big money.
So yet again, we were all wrong.
I'm more than
less wrong than the rest of us.
It's small potatoes, isn't it?
So happy that I'm so wrong. 25 million, and also they're buying the commodity. The colonization ship buys the commodities off you at 125% of the galactic average.
Yeah, you make.
I know.
What?
Yeah, but then again, you are building the thing on behalf of the organization that is the primary organization. They're actually wanting that base, so they're paying you for it. That's the way it's going into my head, and you can't change it, right? So you have a mostly clueless for us, Psychic.
Yeah, so I've seen this mentioned like in multiple Discords. People have gone, help, I'm trying to log in to my account and I can't. It's telling me that they can't find my commander or something along those lines. I get a pop-up, commander information not found. And where it turns out they logged out was on a colonization ship, and the colonization is completed and the ship buggers off, and then after a little bit of time that ship disappears, so that commander is lost in purgatory. Fear not. I've seen people initially people were saying, oh, you need to raise a ticket for that. Don't raise a ticket. You use the rescue thing that's on the main menu. I forget what it's actually called.
Is it called Unstuck?
Unstuck, something like that. Someone in chat will definitely say exactly what it is in a moment, and I will unstuck recovery. Thanks, Apathis. And it is unstuck recovery. Use that instead, and you can you will rediscover your commander back in your ship. That is how to do it. But it is a thing that happens. I think if you sign out of the game on a colony ship, it gives you that warning that you could be in danger. If you're on a colonization ship or in a building yard or anything like that, it gives you that little ticker warning. Oh, you're in danger because this might change. That kind of thing. Does it not do it on the ships? I thought it did. It definitely does it on the installation thing. It gives you a warning to say, hey, you're in danger. Don't do it.
Yeah, I get
but
that. Get it on surface bases too when you log out.
But that's it. Use unstuck recovery. Job done.
Cool.
Excellent. Right. Well, if that's the case, then Claire, would you like to explain what the question of the week is?
Yo, what up? We said, well, we figured we've got a lot to talk about, and we're going to talk about, we've probably got enough for all of the shows between this Frontier Unlocked and next Frontier Unlocked. So we asked, easily. We asked, what are your Frontier Unlocked impressions? What has you most excited for the future? And we asked this on a Sunday, on our Twitter and on our Blue Sky and in our Discord. And we had quite a few people answer, starting with Finn McRaven, who said, for me, it's the ships. Colonization does nothing for them as a solo player, and neither does the upcoming update to Squadrons. I live in hope we eventually get newer content, but right now, No Man's Sky has stolen back their attention.
Oh, pity.
Well, I hope you enjoy the new ships and enjoy not engaging with colonization.
Yeah, Ben's got a friend.
Yeah.
And I have Ellipson Orbital. I'm very excited for the content that's coming this year. I was mostly disinterested in colonization and dismissed it as being targeted at another demographic. But paired with Vanguards, I think that it could be quite fun. Fair enough. Another skeptic like myself who's might be coming around to it.
Yeah.
So Nice's saying Trailblazers is awesome so far. The Corsair looks like a racer from the back and an icebreaker from the front, and Vanguard seems promising. Woo! Space game. Woo!
Yeah,
I love how this will stop that.
we'll talk about the Corsair in a future episode. Oh, I have so much to say.
Yeah,
I've got so much to say about it. Oh my
I think
god!
it's very Marmitey, so it should be a good one.
I'm very much looking forward to that.
Right, Takoso, that fantastic songwriter. All in
All in
steel.
steel.
Anyway.
Every time when someone mentions Takoso from now on, we've then all got to go in unison. Hauling steel.
Right. Takoso says Vanguard sounds like they will be squadrons that actually have features. Yeah, features. And will bring players together. If they can implement a bank, etc., for modules and credits, then this will really change how the game works. I hope they go the whole hog and give players these abilities.
We've got a whole show based on that.
They talked about modules and credits.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Again, we want to talk about it right now, but we don't have time.
We'd be here until next Tuesday, and all of your wives would be upset.
Not just mine.
Hang on, let me see if I can pronounce this. Actual Genuine Elvis Clemens says, there's a lot of hauling, but having the options to create a system of your choice is amazing, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Kremen, enjoy hauling? That's impossible. Being in a squadron is such a great help as others suddenly help and your commodity list drops rapidly. Really excited to see what Vanguards bring to the game. Having more options to work together as a group is always a big plus for me.
Excellent. Yes, I mean, I can see this. It's not like a full CG. It's like
Micro
they lay
CG.
it down.
Yeah, it's like a micro CG. It's great.
Yeah.
And it completes straight away. It's so good. Okay, I need to calm down.
I have Commander Jar instead. I think it's a bloody shame that we can't employ NPCs in more ways than having them fly around our SLS. I don't know why I've gone Yorkshire.
Why
I
have
do
you done this?
apologise. I don't know. When we fly around, imagine having pilots that could go out and mine or haul by themselves. And of course, the ship's provided by us, and then sell the stuff to our carriers. Yeah, I think you're kind of reaching into E3 territory, X Beyond the Frontier territory there.
I've seen a couple of people mention this as well about having people play the game for you, having like NPCs play the game for you. Then what are you playing?
Yeah, I mean, this is where I do agree with Ben, because the one thing about Elite is it's your commander on their own personal journey, but it does feel like as soon as you start creating employees to go and do stuff for you, that's not really you. It's turning you into a CEO, and yeah. I don't want to be a CEO. I still want to fly my ship.
Yeah.
Okay, so Profane Pagan is super excited how Frontier is turning Elite Dangerous into a modern community-based MMO with guilds and better communication systems, with the upcoming Vanguards update, which will all tie in with, which will tie all recent and future updates together. After scaling Elite Dangerous up, possibilities will be near limitless.
Everyone seems excited about Vanguards.
I think Vanguards has got potential to be excited about.
Yeah. Need to know more. Evo Flash says FDev's energy around #Elite Dangerous is the biggest highlight of all. I'm thoroughly excited for each and every facet of this marvelous game that they propose to bring, and I love the enthusiasm from the community. 2025 is set to be a breathtaking year for us all in the game. Thanks, FDev. Heart.
Bless.
Lovely.
That's exciting.
That is completely true, because I must admit in the past, when they have been talking about the Thargoid War and things like that, I don't think, because they were so scared of spoilers and they wanted to recreate that Thargoid moment where the Thargoid was first discovered, I felt that they didn't push the game as much as they should have done. I feel that they're doing that now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm all for it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
As X-Pain X says in chat, which is a really good point, Elite's strongest point is its galaxy. And they're sort of using it. I mean, the Thargoid War was very focused on particular systems and what was going on deep in the heart of clouds in those systems. But this is really outward looking, and yeah, it is exploiting.
And just to note, everybody, the Thargoid icons are now gone.
Yes.
Yes.
We hadn't even touched on that. Haven't even looked at the patch. That was a good. What a time! What a time! And also there was a patch note about bloody hollow screen hacking. You can't. They won't send you to a system which doesn't have hollow screens in anymore. That was one of the patch notes.
See it?
I mean, it doesn't mean necessarily that they can be hacked, but
it's marked as fixed.
It's marked as, you know what? Remember Power Play? I don't. Katiana says Vanguard sounds like it's going to be amazing. You can see how Trailblazers has galvanized the community already, and I really believe that the Vanguard's update is going to enhance that feeling. I think that Frontier, having seen the community work together surrounding the Thargoid War, really wanted to keep hold of that group effort feeling. I think it's absolute genius, and if the colonized efforts of commanders and the genuine joy I've seen in player groups is anything to go by, there's a strong chance Frontier will nail the landing. I do not care for the Corsair, though. It reminds me of my least favourite type of manicure. Bring on some big SEO-capable ships so I can do trucking in style. Panther Clipper.
Yeah, that's another 10 years.
I cannot wait to see what the next 10 months brings. Well played, Frontier. Well bloody played. Go on, Katie. And then she also said, I submit these really late, so it makes Claire rush. Joke's on you, Katie. I hadn't even added them to the notes yet.
Right. I have Julius. Initial thoughts. The Corsair, as a jack of all trades with little drawbacks, worries me that it's a bit OP. The Mandalay is already a bit over the line for my taste. However, most hyped, the attention Elite is getting from the developers. Yeah, agree with that. Colonisation is huge, and Vanguard sounds interesting. So, yeah, I think everybody is appreciating the fact that we're seeing functions that people want.
It's wild. I think when we were discussing it, when we discussed what we were hoping to see on Frontier Unlocked. Now, we already knew, well, some of us already knew what we were hoping to see, but I was using it from like what we thought before, but none of us expected 4 more ships. No one expected 4 new ships. We were all saying maybe 2 new ships and another feature, weren't we?
Yeah, we were hedging our bets for sure. I think we've learned to underplay our expectations, and actually,
I'm so surprised that we've got all like pretty much what we got this year.
Yeah,
so surprised. It's amazing.
Completely agree. I mean, I didn't expect. I was hoping for something that they were going to rework something. I was not expecting squadrons, even though, to tell you the truth, we all forgot about it. We have all completely. I mean, I'm a member of the Lave Radio Squadron, as is Ben, but we hardly ever use it. There's no point.
No.
But if they're going to, like I said, we'll deep dive this into another time. Otherwise, until next Tuesday.
Ben?
Atros 5060 is saying, more ships! I'm also looking forward to hearing about some general quality of life improvements they were saying as part of the updates.
Yeah, there's still a few power play things to sort out, I think.
Yeah.
A bit more balancing down power play, if you don't mind.
There are some bug fixing parts would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
The Jinx Effect says, I'm still stoked over Trailblazers. I feel even more invested in the game than ever. I'm building myself a nice home. I've got a little science facility doing science stuff with a nice view of its parent planet. I'm going to do what I can to keep the population happy and content. Also, I'm going to open up my wallet to name every station and facility with nerdy references. Go for it. I'm not even looking beyond any of this at the moment, but Frontier have been doing amazing with their content updates lately, so I'm definitely excited for what's coming.
Yeah, no notes.
No notes. GG, no notes. Commander the Stig's cousin says, nothing feels better than being a part of a game that is living. I hope they don't stop with the updates. More tools for the community to build their own stories. Also, new ships never hurt.
Excellent. I have the wonderful Commander Homburger. I didn't think I'd have any desire to engage with colonization at all, but my alt, Freya Crescent Squadron, have decided to expand into an unpopulated system, and I decided to get involved. Building the first Coriolis with the rest of the group has been some of the most compelling gameplay I have ever experienced, and seeing some of the assets that have been placed in Trailblazers and learning how it's driving the community is making me realise the sheer scope of this update. Again, Frontier have knocked it out of the park. As far as the future, well, if Vanguard and the end of the year new features half as good as both Powerplay 2.0 and Trailblazers, then we are in for an exciting time indeed. The new ship looks like it make a very competent pirate vessel. Corsair, question mark. And next year, is it too much to expect another 2 features and another 4 ships? 1 year at a time, and let's have a look at the financial
Easy
report.
now, mate. Jesus. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, again, another person who thought, I'm not really, I don't think he'll get colonization. Then all of a sudden, bang, he's in it up to his knees.
All in steel.
All in steel.
Ben.
Sorry, I'm suddenly got called off by work things, so I'm getting distracted. Sorry.
Multitasking.
Yeah, multitasking. Fila Kuti saying, I see Frontier liked the money that the new ships brought in last year. Apparently, this has resulted in one of the best, least buggy, updates ever made. If so, then I am looking forward to some loot boxes. Oh God, no!
Oh no, no.
Loot boxes for engineering stuff and commodities to build stations. Now for real, new paid DLCs.
Yep.
Yes. New SRV, customization of fleet carriers and station interior. Some new Diamondback paint jobs. Please, Frontier, take my money.
I'm so glad. I thought he was serious to begin with, but yeah.
Yeah, so did I to begin with. And then I was like, okay,
What's wrong with loot boxes? What are you saying? You say you don't want Frontier loot boxes? You don't want to pay ARX for a Frontier loot box? Colin gets the 3 adder skins and he's like, I'm going to go to Cambridge right now.
Yeah, I can see Colin going postal.
It's about you. Jesus.
It's always the quiet ones.
Well, according to people in my family, I'm not quiet, thank you very much. Apparently my snoring is keeping everybody awake.
Class. Right,
Amazing.
last one, last comment from Commander Face Guy, who says, building my Orbis Apollo starport and finishing it last night with 3 other people has got to be the most special moment of my gaming life. I'll never forget it and can't wait to dig my teeth into further constructions, system BGS and power play. Also can't wait for station paint jobs. I'm most looking forward to what Q4 brings. Has got to be something for the explorers.
Yeah. I suppose that's one of the things. If anything, I was a little disappointed that there was nothing new for the on-foot explorer, but we don't know what that last update's going to be. So
maybe they could get a compass or a pair of binoculars.
Does anybody have any other business?
It's really good, isn't it?
No,
it's a really good thing.
It is a really good thing.
I'm glad you're not having fun.
You can have fun if you want to join in as well.
I mean, you can have fun doing many other things and not.
I can, and I am having fun.
Exactly.
By the way, X-Pain X has just said that he's started doing a a system not far from Lave and would like your help.
Yeah, I saw he's got one about 25 light years away from Lave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So let's give some shout outs. Our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio, it broadcasts on a Thursday from 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv/Hutton Orbital Truckers, or if you just want the audio, at radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander who likes a bit of CQC action, check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. We're also giving shout-outs to the other Elite Dangerous podcasts, where you'll find The Guard Frequency, who do other space games as well. And may I say, Tony, that was a wonderful soapbox. And also then there's Loose Screws, who are also overwhelmed by what's been happening. I thoroughly advise you listen to them. And of course, if you speak French,
Transport dossier. I let the funky music do the talking.
That's good.
That's very good. You know, I sometimes see Elite Dangerous in the Discords, on Twitch at the same time we're doing it. I wish we could raid them, and then everybody just goes, "We're letting the funky music do the talking." I really do wish it happened, but it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, so they also do these fantastic mission packs as well. So,
I'll cover it next week. Sorry, Colin, you just reminded me. There's a load of new stuff happening on their Elite Dangerous website. There's all sorts of little new features they keep slipping in. I'll try and cover it next week.
Oh, excellent. I look forward to that then. Now, following this, we have the latest Galnet News Digest as provided by Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude. And thanks to all those who have chipped in the Twitch chat, and the in-game commanders we've had have been, according to the Chris Mark IV, Shadow Soul 13, Ulrich Octavius, Soccer 42, Jane Richardson, Habuki, Smashix, and Epicris. Apathis.
That's definitely what his game name is. That's rude.
So, special thanks to Commander Togoso.
All in steel.
Transport dossier.
JN Tracks and Alan Stroud, who have created music that we use in this show. So that's it for this fantastic episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, you can find the contact links in the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com website. Do let us know if you've got any questions or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to Claire.
Transport dossier. Thank you. Thank you. See you next week when we've done more hauling and we have more stations. Goodbye.
Thanks to Alec.
Thanks, Colin. Night, everyone. Haul that steel.
Thanks to Ben.
You can all just truck right off.
Hey.
And of course, special thanks goes to today's tech specialist, the Chris Mark V.
You're welcome.
Excellent. So, until next time, Commanders, fly safe. And if you can't do that, hold steel.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone's having an orange inserted. Need a safe word. Space is I'm going to see the galaxy.
No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Digest, 4th of March 3311. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, colonisation fever takes over the galaxy. The entire galaxy has gone colonisation mad. It's less than a week since the Pilots Federation fired the starting gun on the initiative, and already thousands of previously uninhabited systems are in the process of being converted for human habitation and commerce. The wonderful thing about colonisation is that any commander can do it. The barrier to entry is low, only 25 million to buy the colonisation beacon, and then a few thousand tons of goods to be bought and donated to the colonisation ship to establish your first outpost. Then you can start building out the colony with surface settlements, starports and installations, growing its economy and potentially starting to earn a steady income. But most of all, it's because it's your system, with settlements and planetary ports placed just where you want them to be. And if you like, you can pay a few arcs to name them all just the way you want. To claim your system, you need to visit a system colonisation contact within 16 light years of the uninhabited and unclaimed system you want to colonise. Select the system and the type of primary port, pay for the beacon, and you're ready to claim your colony. You have 24 hours to drop the beacon, and 4 weeks to build your primary port to make the system yours. You're told where the primary port will be built, so of course you head there. But you find you can't drop the colonisation beacon. Follow the blue. You need to go all the way back to the primary star to find where the beacon must go. And you need that strange SC suite device mapped in a fire group to deploy the beacon. So, the beacon is there to guide in the system colonisation ship, right? Let's watch it arrive. Of course, it doesn't come to the beacon. It goes to the place where the primary starport will be built. Of course it does. The next bit is all about hauling. There's a big long list of the commodities needed to build the station, and you, with or without your wingmates, squadron members and Operation Ida, need to source and then sell these commodities to the colonisation ship. Remember what it used to be like to be a space trucker? You're going to find out all over again. Only this time, there's a good reason for doing it. Brewer Corporation is doing the best it can to restock CMM composites as fast as commanders buy up the commodity to build their new stations. There are a couple of tiny and no doubt temporary bugs that Brewer has included in its software. When you load up with goods to take to the system colonisation ship, make sure the goods appear in your hold. If they don't, go back into the commodities market and they should show up correctly. And when you get to the colonisation ship, don't try to use the arrow keys to choose how much of a commodity to deliver. The GUI is likely to lock up. Use transfer all and the confirm transfer buttons and everything should work fine. When you deliver the final consignment, Brewer works its magic. Launch your ship and there it is, your brand new starport. It's still a bit gloomy inside while we wait for all the businesses to arrive, but at least Apex moved in quickly. It can take up to a week for the starport to come fully online. Brewer has a special sort of magic to make that happen. And it's Thursday magic. You get a special mention in the local news. You're the local hero. You can now choose to use this system as a springboard for colonising further systems, or you can start building the system out. You have a limited number of orbit points for stations and a limited number of surface installations per planet. So choose wisely. The smallest settlements and outposts are referred to as Tier 1, and you can build them anytime. You place them using the SC Suite device again. which opens up a sort of camera suite. Choose where you want the buildings to go, and the next time you return, the building contractors will have moved in, created temporary landing pads, built a site office, and brought in all sorts of containers and equipment. They're very shy. They don't like moving their equipment whilst you're watching. Back to space trucking. If you ever forget what's still needed, find the site under construction in the system map, and there's a list there. There's no time limit. Once the system's yours, you can take as long as you want to kit it out. When you eventually finish delivering the construction materials, Brewer Corporation will thank you once again and request that you fly off for a few seconds whilst the finished base is dropped into place. And there it is. Just look at that view. The larger bases and starports are categorised as Tier 2 and Tier 3. As you complete the Tier 1 bases, you earn the yellow Tier 2 points that let you build bigger bases, and as you complete those, you earn Tier 3 points. Save up 6 of these, and you can build your own all-base starport, the ultimate in swank. Or you can build an asteroid base, assuming you have suitable asteroid belt in your system, or an installation, such as a space bar. The GUI suggests everything you build will have medium landing pads, but we suspect this might be wrong. Everything you build will have an impact on the system's economy, society and security. There'll be factions too. The faction you bought the colonisation beacon from will own the primary starport, but your own faction, if you have one, will be represented too, as well as a couple of other local factions. If you belong to a faction in Colonia, and you colonise a system in the bubble, your Colonia faction will come with you and have a presence in the bubble. New systems have no home factions, so they can all be squeezed out if you don't want them there. Colonisation is still in its experimental phase, but it appears to have inspired thousands of commanders to become system architects. Brewer's initiative to build supply ships to aid the colonisation effort has been almost completely forgotten, and it looks like only 4 of the possible 8 megaships will be deployed when it concludes later this week. In unrelated news, a number of commanders have reported that their entire stock of Titan drive components have disappeared from their fleet carriers, and that Titan drive components are no longer available at the Titan wreckage sites. This means that it's currently not possible to buy pre-engineered SCO frameshift drives. The Pilots Federation is aware and is working on a fix.